What's up, sons? It's Blind Run with Tech once again, and Gigabyte has now at CES 2018 revealed a new mining motherboard with support for up to 12 GPUs. All photos and videos in this video were taken from Gamers Nexus as they briefly covered it in their review of the new AM4 platform or Ryzen 2 and the new motherboard from Gigabyte there. At the end of that video, they mentioned this particular board, and I went ahead and took a closer look at it, and we're going to go over it real quick. The board is a B250 series chipset board featuring the 1151 socket, of course, so pretty much everything you're used to as far as the rest of the mining boards, whether that's going to be from someone like BioStar, Asus, or ASRock. This is going to feature up to 12 GPUs with a single by 16 GPU slot and 11 by 1 PCIe slots. It features two Molex headers for additional power, just typical for mining motherboards to help supply power to the additional PCIe slots, and is going to also ship with a three-way PSU header so you can hook up to 3 power supplies to the single motherboard, which is a nice addition to include in a box that other mining motherboards haven't been including. It features 6 SATA ports, but I didn't see any M.2 slots on the board unless I'm missing it. When you guys look it over, make sure I'm not missing that. And that would kind of be a little bit out of the norm, as most of the mining boards now also do sport an M.2 slot, which is give or take. I mean, we probably don't really need it, to be honest, so they can reduce costs there. But if they're going to be reducing costs, it is curious that they still left 4 DIMM slots on the motherboard, as opposed to some of the other options that only have 2, which I think is to help reduce costs. It's just an interesting change. They swapped out, instead of dropping two DDR4 DIMM slots there, they went ahead and just dropped the M.2 slot on this particular motherboard. There's not much else to mention here. They did only sport 1 NIC. I was hoping that we might start seeing mining motherboards with 2 NICs just so we can have redundant connections. I know that you can buy some adapters, etc. for the USB header, but having something built into the board is going to help with things like SMOS and other Linux distros in particular, especially if you can get one where the distro detects it right off the bat. Hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, a big shout out to Gamers Nexus for briefly covering it for us, and a link to their video will be in the description. And as always, I will see you next Tuesday.